Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, Tiger Tank 1, 2, however you call me, I don't really care. Welcome back to World of Tanks. Very quick disclaimer, if you want to get parcels from me, since I still have some of them lying around, if you're on the North American server, put your in-game name down below. I'll add you as a friend. I'll send out all the parcels that I have every single day to the players that I have in my friends list. I did not have a lot of them anymore because I've already sent out quite a few. But if I play the game every once in a while, I'll get some of them back. So I think that's very nice to have. Then let's take a look at the Centurion 5.1. It's quite interesting since we just had, like 4 days ago, we had the Centurion, Centurion 1 or the TheFrXion 81, which is basically the Swedish tier 8 Centurion. This time around we are with the British tier 8 Centurion, which is a premium, and this one has a bit of a history to it. This is, I think, based on the Australian Centurion, the RAAC, which actually was nuked in nuclear tests in the Australian desert, and they tried these vehicles out. They wanted to see what kind of impact nuclear blasts would have on these vehicles, and then they actually drove them back. I think they tried them out, they had to drive them back, and I'm not really sure if they decontaminated them or if that was really a big problem back in the days. I don't really think that they had a lot of research in that area yet, so it's a bit special. A very special tank, historically speaking. So, what makes the Centurion 5.1 so special? This is a Centurion with all of the things that we love about the Centurion. It has decent... it has a decent gun, it has decent armor, it has decent mobility. But there's one thing that is not like the others, and that is the armor. It's not just decent, it's very good if you compare it to other Centurions. So let's jump right in. Okay, you have a 83.4mm gun, which is a 20-pounder. The alpha is not very good, 230, but you have very good average penetration, 226mm with AP rounds and 258 with APCR shells. Now, the thing is, obviously, with that, you don't really have to spend a lot of credits on premium ammo because 226 at tier 8 is going to work out very, very nice in your favor. The DPM that you have on this vehicle isn't too bad. I think it's base 1,800. The rate of fire isn't too bad. The gun traverse could be better. It's only 38.4 degrees per second now with the crew. So it's not the fastest, but it's also not the slowest. If you really want to increase that, you can go for the equipment. Now, the very nice part is you have the gun depression. 10 degrees is really, really nice. Having 10 degrees of gun depression is something that a lot of tanks can only dream of, but with this one, it's reality. Now let's get to the good part of this vehicle. The hull armor. This tank has 50mm more armor than other Centurions. I think even the tier 9 Centurion only has 76mm at the front. You have 121 because they actually added on some armor plates right there. I'm not sure if they did it for the nuclear tests or if it was the standard Australian Centurion, which was upgraded with more armor. But it has 121 at the front, and this really makes a big difference. If you're playing this vehicle in a hill or on a hill and someone is shooting you, they will no longer be able to go right through your upper plate because at the angle and with the pen, with the armor that you have, a lot of shots will bounce. So that's really, really nice. Other than that, the armor is identical to the other Centurions. Also the turret, 254, but it has a bit of an ace up its sleeve, if you want to call it like that, because usually the cheeks on the side right there are a very prominent weak spot on the Centurion tanks, but with this one, they are a bit hidden because of this very big searchlight, which is like the first focal point you see. You have these bags on the side, and you have the bag on the other side as well. It makes it very difficult to see that like part right there and right here, especially on the right side. It also seems to be slimmer than on the Centurion 7/1. So armor-wise, you have the best armored Centurion, and that's something that is really nice. But obviously, you don't have any kind of side protection here for the tracks. They stick out like a sore thumb. I think it looks kind of looks brutalistic, but I like it. But it's very easy to pen your side. So it's a medium tank. What would you expect from that? Mobility wise, this is a Centurion with a lot of armor and a lot of weight, 50 tons, a bit more than 50 tons, and top speed of 50 kilometers per hour. That's the same speed as all the other Centurions, I think. With the right equipment, you can get it to 55 kilometers. You can even increase the specific power to weight ratio. You can increase the traverse speed, which with 40.34 degrees per second is okay in my opinion. It's faster than the FV4202, not in top speed, but in the case of acceleration, it accelerates faster. And with the right equipment, you would make it faster. Now, the equipment down here you can ignore because these were just the pieces that I had lying around when I bought this tank I think 4 years ago. I would now definitely go for different equipment. Maybe I would keep the gun rammer in there just, you know, to get more DPM out of it. But I would definitely get the turbocharger, and I would also get something else right here instead of the vertical stabilizer class 1, because this tank is fairly accurate. The gun is very, very nice. Moving on to concealment, it's a Centurion, it's a large tank, it is difficult to conceal. Nonetheless, you can still go 401 with the with a skin or camo net or camouflage. I don't mean a camo net, with the right kind of skills on your crew. And you can extend that even more. One last thing that is really cool about the Centurion 5.1 is it has 400 meters base view range. I think that's the average on the Centurions. And 400 meters base view range without any skills on the crew is really nice. So if you have a skilled crew, you'll get more than 400, even 430. And if you use the right equipment, you can go all the way to 450, 60 meters. And then you can spot for yourself. And that's really nice. That's always something that you want to have. You want to have the vision if you can get the vision, and 400 meters base view range is really, really good. I think the FV doesn't have the same base view range, it's only 390, but still 400 is really top notch for a tier 8 medium tank. I just wanted to point that out. So, is it worth picking up? For the price of 6,800 gold, this is definitely a very, very good choice. This is one of the best British tier 8 vehicles, tier 8 medium tanks in the game, and it's definitely the best British tier 8 medium premium tank. So not just does this tank have a very cool history, it also is a very cool tank in the game. It does have all the nice things that all the Centurions had prior, but it has that little add-on armor which makes a very big difference when you're playing this vehicle, because all of a sudden you'll notice bounces that you have never seen before on a Centurion, and that's very, very nice. It makes this tank more resilient, it gives you more chances to fight longer, and overall it makes the tank better, the base Centurion that is. So yeah, I think it's really worth it. Tell me, what do you guys think about the Centurion 5.1? Are you interested? Obviously, for the players that are trying to get through the British line, this is a perfect addition because it plays like the Centurions. It's just a bit better than your standard tier 8 Centurion that you have in the tech tree. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a good one, and peace out.